Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Stine and today I'm sitting here with my beloved tea. This is an Earl Grey citrus from Pickwick of this series called Joy of Tea. So I thought it was time to give you guys an update about how my current projects are going. And firstly, I thought I wanted to start with the fact that I've actually tested the yarn winder, which I got in one of my hobby hauls. I think it was the week before last week. And I have to say, it makes the most beautiful cakes. Look at this. Wow. I found that it's quite convenient to wind up cakes of yarn which has not a defined center pull, because when I try to find the center, I tend to get more of the skein out while looking for this center cord than not. And we all know if you start from the outside of a skein, it kind of jumps around and bumps around. And you know, with a cake, you have a defined center pull, and it just winds so easy out of the cake when you're going to crochet with it or knit if you prefer knitting. So I'm actually really happy that I invested in this small yarn winder. It is a small size, and I'm sure it will come for many times pleasant usage for me. I've even been eyeballing some hanks most recently from the renewal, which I'm like, oh, that would be nice to pick up. And for those, I will most definitely need the yarn winder as well. So there's that. This cake is from the Supersoft yarn, which I'm using for making my tutorial of the Bolero, which many has asked for. And that's actually progressing quite well. So right now I'm working on getting to the place where we need to close in the back piece. I still need some rounds to go, but first I need to change yarn. So one of the reasons I have skein wound up and ready to go. And then it's basically I'll close it together, crochet a bunch, and then wrap it up. So I kind of hope that the tutorial for this lovely piece of garment will be available on my channel maybe next week. Is maybe optimistic, but one can hope. It kind of depends on how much time I have available this week. Another update is on the baby blanket, which I'm making in the shell stitch. And it's about 1/3 of the way. So right now we are like here. The size of this baby blanket is more like friendly for maybe like a baby wagon or something like that. Ideally, I should maybe have made it a tiny bit wider to be more global usable, but it's still a good size for a baby wagon once it's done. But yeah, I still have some crocheting to do on this blanket, but it is progressing really nice. And as you can see, the texture here is absolutely adorable. And the colors are really nice and vibrant to one another, and they match. And of course, as I mentioned a while ago, they were based on the Dutch flag. But I'm quite sure that any other color combination could make this blanket just as pretty. And I might even make future versions of them or with a different stitch. So there is that. And I'm also making a tutorial for this blanket and this stitch. But of course that will be a while yet for that one to come up. The third project, which I'm currently working on, is the virus shawl, which you have also seen in one of my previous videos. I shall try to link to some of them here down below, of those I've mentioned or referred to. And the virus shawl is this beautiful virus pattern. And as you can see, I've started entering into the orange shades of the cotton cake, which eventually should be red on the very outside. And I absolutely love how this pattern is turning out. For this particular shawl. I'm not making a tutorial with what I'm crocheting right now, but once this shawl has been completed, I know some of you guys have requested for me to make a wire shawl tutorial, so I will make that. Once I finish this one, I will be starting on that tutorial. And yeah, it's a bit crazy to have all these projects going, but honestly, I kind of like it, because if I'm in the mood to crochet with a specific type of material, or if some crocheting demands more focus of me than other. So like if I'm watching television with my partner, I prefer something that's just straightforward and back and forth kind of thing. You know, I would be working on the baby blanket, or I can even be doing some of the work of the tutorial, because for the bolero, of course, since you're not gonna want to watch repeating rows of repeating rows of repeating rows. So I wouldn't need to record that. So that's stuff that I can easily work with when I'm watching something on the TV, because it doesn't demand too much of my attention to do. Where some of the rows in the wire shawl does require my attention, because else I simply happen to make mistakes by either missing a stitch or making a stitch too many. And if you have to unravel, because the wire shawl is basically row and row, and you work on the outer edge, so to say. And if you have to unravel, the further you get out, the more you have to unravel to fix your mistakes. So it does require a little bit of focus, and some of the rows I can easily do without. It's sort of like every third or fourth, I need to be able to keep some focus. So that does require a little bit more of my attention. The last thing is that I've actually started slowly, very slowly, because right now it's only the foundation chain of the summer top, which I'm going to make from the Caron Simply Soft yarn. This is Caron Simply Soft color in mango, and honestly it's quite more like a bright fluorescent orange to me than it's mango, but honestly a good bright mango is probably looking like this inside. I do love the taste of mango, so that goes pretty well together. Hopefully this is not too vibrant for me as a shirt. Or as a top, sorry. And I'm going to have something underneath, because it is a quite airy version of a top. And yeah, so this is something that I will be working on slowly, but you won't see much of yet, because I have all the other projects I'm also working on. But yeah, this is kind of like the next real garment that I will be starting working on more once I've finished the bolero. But right now I just wanted to prepare a little for it and to get an idea of how this yarn is to work with. My initial feeling of the Caron Simply Soft is that it does have a tendency of splitting somewhat easy. But it's said that this summer top is a garment that's reasonably simple and easy to crochet once you get the pattern under your knee. It's made in the scallop pattern, and yeah, I'm looking forward to show you that when it's done, but I'll expect it's not gonna be this week at all, because I have so many other projects to work with. But yeah, you never know, it kind of depends on what mood you have on the day and what type of material you would like to work in. Like, do you lean towards more cotton-like materials, which is also usually, in my case, my cottons are fine cottons or fine yarns, or do you rather want to do more like sport weight or Aran/worsted weight? But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now, what I'm doing this week, and yeah, I'm looking forward to show it all when it's done, of course. I also recently did set up my Instagram page, which is still quite small, because I don't have that many pictures of yet. I need to get that uploaded as well, some of them, the projects I'm making. And you can find the link to my Instagram in the description box down below. You can also find it on my YouTube's main channel, and it's called by.myrhøj, which is basically my middle name. So it's a family name, and that's based on the fact that I would in the future, when I get more comfortable doing patterns and reading patterns, I'm considering that I want to start designing crocheted items as well, to share with you guys, and to maybe even put on Ravelry or the like. So that's about it for now. I also have an order laying with Amazon for some prim crochet hooks, which is I think it's called oh Jesus, forgot the name. So they're like ergonomic. Jesus, I'm sorry. I can't. I forgot the name, but they're supposed to be really, really good to work with, especially if you work with a more bulky type of yarns. And I tend to find the smaller types, which requires a smaller hook size. I do like the general ones here, but when it gets to a larger size, I'd rather have like a different sort of needle to hold on. I think it's called ergonomic, probably. I'll see if I can find it here. Just a second. I think it's called ergonomic. Yeah, ergonomic. Anyhow, friendly to hold on, which is probably also something that all our crochet hands likes, because when we crochet a lot, we do tend to do it for hours. So it needs to be good and friendly for our posture and for our hands. Yeah, that was pretty much the update for this time. So if you would like to see more yarn contents, or just me babbling in general, yarn hauls and the like, please give me a subscribe. I'm already so amazed to see that we have like 200 subscribers plus now, which is crazy. I'll prepare for a new giveaway, probably when I've hit maybe 250, maybe earlier. It kind of depends on how things falls here. So please keep subscribing, like my content, give a comment if you want, like what you like, what you need, what you would like to see more of. And, just please know that all your support is something that I really value a lot. And yeah, I hope to see you back on the channel another day. And yeah, happy crocheting until we meet again. Bye.